Hi, and welcome again to Young Generation Presents. I'm your host, Jim Perales. Today I have three guests here that are artists and also musicians. We're letting San Antonio know that at the Market Square in Traders Village, there's events, there's a lot of talents, there's a lot of not just artists, but people that have ancestry models and toys and stuff. And I have Blas from Blas Caricatures here. Welcome, Blas.
Thank you, Jim, for inviting me again.
And welcome, Elsa
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
and Elmo, right?
Thank you, Jim. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a really
I
hard name
almost
to
forgot
remember.
his name. My, I know you do caricatures, and I wanted to know how you got started and what it made you to do caricatures.
I started when I was about younger. Of course, I used to always enjoy drawing, and it was always exciting for me to draw a piece and show it to my family or my grandma or whoever it was, and always getting that praise like, wow, this young boy could actually draw. And it's I started younger, and from there, after I kept it up. I didn't realize how far caricatures would actually take me, and I'm excited to actually. I'm excited for all the things that I've done, all the people I've met, all the wonderful people out there, with talents and people that I've seen and have inspired me and have done a lot. I've used them as role models as well. But my artwork has as an artist, I know that I could always learn from other artists as well. So
Oh, I have a question. Who's this nice, pretty woman next to you?
that's
Thank
this
you.
is Elsa Herrera, and Elsa Herrera is actually kind of I've always been inspired by Elsa, because while I'm out there drawing, I could actually listen to some of the talent out there performing, doing with their beautiful music and stuff, and Elsa's one of them. And I invited Elsa actually because I thought, well, this girl has a beautiful talent, and hopefully maybe towards the end of the show we could hear some of that for San Antonio to kind of judge that for themselves. So along with me is also Elmo. Elmo's another inspiring person that I've met along the way. I've met Elmo. Actually, we were just talking about that. Somewhere along the line, but I know I've seen.
It was
Elmo.
First Friday, I'm sure.
It was
First Friday,
First
yeah.
Friday.
It's where everybody in the art community meets at one point.
Oh,
And
okay.
we've continued being friends for a long time now, several years
Several
now.
years now.
I always see Elmo out there promoting and doing projects with models, and he's an inspiration to a lot of people in San Antonio, and I'm kind of real proud to have known Elmo as well. So.
Thank you.
Elsa, I got a question. How did you get started with the music, and what inspired you, or what was the first thing that came to you to say, I want to sing?
Well, as if I wanted to sing, I've always wanted to do that since as a kid. But it became more about 7, 10 years ago, more of a survival kit of just trying to come up. Being a single parent, have to maintain with my kids, and it's what came natural, and it was easy. And Market Square, back then they used to have a old Lou Saloon, and it's no longer there, but it's where talent used to gather up and sing for tips and donations. And from there, it's where I took it from a different step because of how the people welcomed me and wanted more, and that's where I met Blas, and it's people like him that inspire me to keep pursuing this. It came from a survival to more of survived this, and I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to use this as a more like a defense mechanism, and it's where I release my soul, everything there on stage, and it's become a beautiful thing for me.
That's good. That's great. I had a question, Blas. What other event? I mean, is it just here in San Antonio? I know you said it on your last show, but I forgot where else you've been.
Well, it's and I know I mentioned it in the past show that we've had to where I actually left San Antonio for a couple of almost half a year, or if not more, maybe a year, and I've traveled across the country. Stopped in New Orleans for a little while. Stopped in Key West, New York, Daytona Beach, Florida, Miami.
I'm tagging along, friend.
And those areas. And I came back to San Antonio, did Fiesta Week that one year, and then a couple of months later, I took off on towards the West Coast to California, San Francisco, and those areas. And I mean, it's been fun. I've met some amazing people out there. I always get excited every time I talk about it, and just chills because I'm just happy to be an artist. I'm glad that I've had so many inspiring people that have helped me along the way. And it's, if you're an artist out there and just trying to make it, like Elsa and Elmo, that is doing good for the community. I have so much respect for you because it's not easy at times, but it's inspiring when you're able to actually do something and accomplish it as an artist. So
Definitely. Elmo, I know you have some upcoming events. Can you give us a little like bio about what you do and how you do it?
Well, actually, I have two companies. One's called EB Models and Talents, and that specializes in the fashion industry and in the music entertainment industry. And then I have another company called EB Productions, and we do a number of different events that encompasses the art community. And when I get lucky, I sometimes produce something that involves everything. In fact, every Thursday I have an event called EDM Thursday Nights. I have a live body art show every Thursday night. I have some dancers. I have 12 high energy EDM DJs that are phenomenal. And if you guys are not aware what EDM is, it's electronic dance music. And it's one of the newest music crazes that we have around the world right now. And I'm very proud to introduce these people because they're very talented and they're just up and coming and they're doing very well. So we do that on a weekly basis. Basically, it's a little bit like First Fridays inside a club. We have art, we have dancers, we have musicians, and we actually have a live band playing as well. All in the same venues called the Falls every Thursday night. Now, the other thing I do is EB Productions, and then with that we get involved with other things as well, including I'm involved with this, very proud to be this group called the Charities for SA group, and they actually raise money for charities throughout the city for different organizations. And we're having on the 21st of December, we're having a huge gala at the Dominion. It starts at 7 p.m. and goes on to midnight. So if you guys are not doing anything, please join us at the Dominion for Charities for SA.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, the 21st, what time does it start over there?
It starts at 7 p.m. and it goes on till midnight. We have 4 groups. We have a fashion show. We have a lot of vendors who will be selling some of their wares, and part of the money will be donated to charity. The charity group that we're representing this time is called Operation Homefront.
Operation Homefront. Do you have like a website or somewhere where they can?
Yes, well, it's not up yet, but the Charities for SA group will be coming up with a website coming up pretty soon, and I'm sure I'll be here again. I'll tell you more about the upcoming website and what we're doing. We're going to be doing, just so you can know, we're going to be doing 4 galas a year. In between there, we're doing mixers throughout the year to gain notification for people to know what we're doing as far as the Charities for SA group is concerned.
Wow, that's pretty good. Elsa, I had another question for you. I wanted to find out I mean, I know you told me the bio of yourself, but what sparked, or what did you hear somebody in the family sing, or did you watch TV in order for you to get that motivation, or?
Well, my grandmother and my mother, they sang back, in their time, their younger years, and I just picked up just to be traviesa. I don't know, being mischief, and just started getting up and singing. Yeah.
And you enjoyed it.
Where
did do you know any places or where they sung at before?
Well, my parents, it's in Mexico, in Esperanzas, Coahuila. It's a little small town. So my dream, now that I sing here, my dream is to go over there and sing for their pueblo, because it's so small. I believe the majority of people is my family that live there. So I think it would be nice to go there and show them what they've inspired me to do. and things like that.
is it mostly Spanish music
Um,
or English
Well,
also?
I vary being a DJ. I DJ and I bring karaoke also. So I do a little bit of everything, the hip hop and all that, to the 80s, Pat Benatar, Lita Ford. I do go way back there. But my preference is baladas, música romántica. I love ballads and things like that.
Wow, that's,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Um, I was gonna ask you, Blas, because I think last time you said that you've been in New York. When are you going again so I could tag along? No,
That's-
I'm just kidding. Tell me about Times Square.
Wow.
Somebody, our audience, seen the show and they wanted to know how is Times Square? What is it all about? And can you explain? So I says I'll ask them. But
well, New York is a place that is filled with lots of lights and glamour. It's just anything you want in New York is there. It's the growing. It's just New York is of course the leader of all cities. I believe. And if you know how that saying is, like, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
that's what I feel like, because New York is, it's not easy. It's not easy living there, and I spent a couple of weeks there, but if you could actually just survive New York for 2 weeks, you're doing pretty good.
No, oh my
So-
God, really. I was gonna ask you, Elmo, what, and also what I asked Elsa, what started you to come in promotions, and what's the best thing out of it?
Actually, there's a lot of good things about it, but unlike them two, they actually knew what they wanted to do at the very beginning. My background is music. I've been performing music since I was like very young, writing
see?
music, piano.
You
I know
s-
it's kind of new. I know.
I didn't
I'm